Hey, so Lieutenant Dan.
I don't understand.
They call this man Lieutenant Dan. You know, he went super viral because he had a boat that he anchored.
A little canoe just about.
And rode it out. So I want to see the clips on Lieutenant Dan for all y'all who didn't see Lieutenant Dan, but he was
thugged it out.
Lieutenant Dan has been offered contracts from Kick. I heard that Aiden Ross offered $100,000, and I heard it was possible he might have a $2 million contract from Kick.
Well, that would change his life. And please,
Aiden Ross said
$100,000
to give him a new boat because he said he ain't leaving the water. He gonna stay in the water. But listen to the man. He makes so much sense. It's gonna start off with this clip from the success of what he did, and then we'll just go through a couple clips that if y'all didn't know who he was.
It was pretty mellow. The wind picked up for a little bit and bounced me around. At one point last night I was getting bashed up against this wall, so I went out and I cut my anchor line to get away from it. So I have a $250 anchor sitting down there that I got to go in and get.
Dan, you weren't afraid at all last night?
No, I'm not scared of anything. And what I've been through, this weather is nothing, and I put my faith in God. God told me to come here. God told me 5 years ago, I was in Colorado, he put on my heart, Tampa, Florida, and get a boat. I woke up one morning with that on my heart, and that's all I could think about. And I left Colorado, I went to North Carolina, left North Carolina, came to Florida. I've been in Florida for 5 years, stuck on the East Coast, never came over. In March, I came over, I found this boat for $1,200. I bought it, I come to Tampa, and guess what? Tampa floods. Not today, not yesterday, but during the last one, Helena. Helena was way worse than what this one was.
Wow.
I mean, they were calling for a Cat 5. I didn't know what to expect. But what happened last night was nothing compared to Helena.
So you think if another storm rolls through Tampa, you're going to remain on your boat?
Yeah, I'd remain on the boat no matter what.
Wow.
It was pretty mellow.
This is him.
Oh my God.
That's him. Could you imagine him on the inside? It looks like it's about to dip, bro. Look at that. Yeah, bro. What is... Yo, that was not just no little wind.
Incredible, Ashley, based on what we've been through over the last couple of hours. Lieutenant Dan.
Where is he at? Look at them fingers.
I've got you on News Nation. We just wanted to... Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm getting wet.
He's fine. He's getting wet.
You went now.
Comes back in.
I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't seen what happened. Just hanging in tight, waiting for the water to come in so I can see what I got to do then.
He said he's hanging in tight. Wait, oh boy, it's coming in here again. Okay.
He like, man, get out here so I can close this roof.
Okay, hit pause real quick.
The good news is there's some people up here, I think.
God gives you the ability to ration reason. I mean, I can't say if somebody say they heard from God, I can't tell you that you didn't hear from God. But is God going to tell you to put yourself in harm's way like that?
Get on a boat and put it in the
city. Ride
city.
out the way, but they had.
Let's keep. Go.
I think we're sort of trying to keep an eye on him, but just show Luis. I mean, it's not a good situation because the water has
close the door.
His boat is now basically touching the floor of the bay. And what he was saying, if you couldn't hear, is he's concerned. What he's wondering is what's going to happen when the water comes back in.
Where do you usually keep this?
I'm usually at the beach over there on Davis Island. There's a beach down the end of Davis Island. There's an airport over there and a marina. Not a marina, but a yacht club. But I usually park down there.
This is after them.
2 weeks ago.
Why'd you choose like this?
I didn't. I was over there. I was grocery shopping. Got my groceries, came back to the boat, started the motor, went to the front, pulled up my anchor. By the time I got back, the motor stalled and I couldn't get it started again. I started drifting into that corner, and then I got towed over there, and I've been stuck over here ever since. And then when Helena hit last week and a half ago, we walked the boat up, and I had it tied right here to that cleat and that cleat.
Okay.
Where you bathing at? In that water?
It did, but it doesn't anymore. But
he got a gym membership, probably.
Hell yeah, dude.
Baby at gym.
I literally just saw that when I was in there, and
wow.
That dude went so viral.
I'm so glad that he
went
is
so
okay. Because when I saw him, I was like, Lord. But you know what? I prayed for him.
The safest place to be is on a boat in a flood. Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned. Noah and the animals lived. So I'm fine.
Do you have any animals?
No, I wish I did.
Okay.
Could use 2 females.
These 2 girls.
Everybody's worried about you.
Who's worried about me?
It's all over TikTok.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go live in a minute.
Are you gonna be okay?
He's about to go live.
I don't think people realize you're so close to down. I mean, you could just get off if something bad happened. You know what I mean?
I'm not going anywhere.
But where he gonna go?
The safest place to be is on a boat to flood.
This was Lieutenant
It's
Dan.
9 o'clock. We got 3 hours until high tide.
What is
We're
he?
checking
Is he
in on
anchored next to
Lieutenant
a rod?
Dan.
Look how.
This boat has risen a little. Dan! Lieutenant Dan!
They trying to get him
Oh,
out.
it's that was the pier.
Dan!
Dan got 10 on his window.
There he is. There's our guy. Yup, look
Dan
at
ain't went nowhere.
Hey! How we doing? Give the people an update.
Dan had jumped out like he had drawn 8 beers down there.
It's actually still low tide.
He says it's still low tide when it's in 3 hours high tide, but his boat is on the concrete.
Wow. And you look at his face. He really is not worried.
Calm seas. We're doing great, man. I know, right? Look at this setup he's got.
He's
We might
straight.
end up in the parking lot of Publix in a few hours.
Yo, so look. He Aiden Ross got him, and he's gonna hold on. So Aiden Ross got heard about this, right? So it's been two things that happened, right? Aiden Ross heard about it, but he said, I'm gonna give him $100,000. Then also it was another thing came in about Kick wanted to give him $2 million, and Aiden said, man, I'm gonna buy you a boat, set you straight, and we're gonna do some content and stuff like that. They found a few little negative things on his record, but Aiden Ross said, hey, everybody has a pass. I'm still gonna straighten you out. And Lieutenant Dan about to, maybe, I don't know. Personally, Joy, I think this man must have heard from the Lord, because look where his life is blowing up.
Yeah. And maybe this is his chance to change.
Redemption.
Yep.
We're gonna get you a nice boat in the range of $50,000 to $100,000, and we're gonna get you a full-time Kick deal, which
Look
is
at
a
it.
live streaming deal where you can stream your entire voyages and all your.
That's the
adventures,
$2 million.
And you can have a passive income come in.
$2 million.
Oh my
gosh.
Thank you. I mean that from, but I don't know what else to say other than thank you. Bless you all.
I'm gonna be able.
Listen.
Wow.
So y'all listen. That's the end of that. But Lieutenant Dan said he heard from the Lord. He heard from the Lord 5 years ago. He was in North Carolina. He was in the Carolinas.
He was in Colorado.
He was in
first.
Colorado. He moved to the Carolinas.
Yep.
And then he came to Florida. Mm-hmm. Now, and he bought a boat for a $1,200 boat. He bought a $1,200 boat that the motor done went out on. It then went from one side of the lake or the marina to the other side.
Right.
He said the Lord told him that something was coming. You need to buy a boat and be on land. So
In the water, you mean?
In the water. So he's 10 steps up from your average person that would be homeless. He's not homeless.
Well, no, he's not. He has a home.
He has a home.
That was the boat.
And you saw what he said. He was like, I'm about to go live in a minute.
But the good thing was we were more worried about him than
he was worried about.
Exactly, because every time you look at him, he had a sense of peace on his face.
Yeah.
He was one of the ones that I prayed for this morning and last night.
Listen,
he was.
He about to get a new, but the man
That
about to
is
be
so
out there
good.
looking like the captain of the 10 voyages. And on top of
That's
that,
so good.
it said that Kick is going to give him a $2 million Kick deal. The man about to go and became an instant millionaire. So do I think he heard from God? Yes, because God will have you doing some strange things for some unlimited amount of change.
I mean, but
I ain't saying strange as in perverted, but things that you didn't think you would do.
I guess that's the faith. I mean, because
I believe the man has never really. You could tell by his spirit that he's never really had a fruitful financial life. But now he's blessed, and then look how he said he's talking about God. He might have did some things in the past, but what person
cares?
do you know
Yes,
that hasn't made some wrong choices in the past?
Yeah, that's between him and God.
So so look at that high level blessing. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna switch up. When the next hurricane we have, we're gonna go get their chairs and we're gonna ride it out on the street like this.
Who?
We're gonna get us a Kick deal.
You gonna be on the street.
We're gonna get this kick deal.
Okay, you get the kick deal while I'm at home safe. Me and Carter, our little pup.
You gonna want some of that cash?
I ain't worried. I am not worried. But man, did you see when I saw that boat? I was like, oh my gosh. But I prayed for him, and I was just like, wow. But I'm thinking, is God going to tell you to put yourself in a situation that's harmful? But if he knows he has your back and God knows what the situation is truly going to be like, regardless of what man said it was going to be, this is what happened. You know, that's just
His
amazing.
life is just immediately changed.
He was not wheezing. He went him and got him some groceries.
Joy, he's getting
He went and got some groceries.
$2,100,000. He about to get a big boat, and he gonna have big cash, and his boat gonna be paying for it, and he ain't going to get no property tax, no bills. He
And
gonna be right in his boat, living free.
hopefully, he's going to continue to flourish and be able to have the money later, whatever they give him. At least, hopefully, they can give him some financial skills. Maybe they will deposit it into a bank account on a monthly basis and not give it to him all at once. I hope that's what
don't get them two females. Get the dog. Don't get them two females. We don't need to have it flip around and you ain't got no money later. Get the dog.
Right, exactly.
Get the dog.
No, I just say he needs to make sure that at least they can help him with some financial literacy and deposit the money in his checking account on a monthly basis. But I mean, what kind of bills do you have? Well, you got boat insurance. You got to have.
You think your lieutenant Dan got boat insurance?
I'm just saying, on a $50,000 to $100,000 boat, you may want to have boat insurance,
Well, for the
and
weather,
whatever
yeah.
else you need to have, fuel or whatever else you gonna have to have.
He gonna anchor that thing to the nearest pole.
I guarantee you, they're gonna help him get it straight.
Lieutenant Dan.
Why would they give him resources and not kind of educate him? So I hope so. Well, this was good for him, but I was worried about the man. I really was, because I'm like, look at him. He is riding
But when
it out.
you pull
The
that
water
lip up,
is
you don't
gonna-
get that caught on the
that
trip wire.
water is going to take over the boat, and it's going to sweep him away. And he's sitting there riding the waves. I'm
And
thinking,
then it was capsized. Half the thing was in the ocean.
it looked like it.
And
but
then he lifted the thing like, it's good to me. What life
well,
has Dan
obviously
lived
he
when that
cannot.
wasn't nothing?
He cannot have no motion sickness. I would have been done. It would have been a wrap. I wouldn't have been able to do that. Period.
I bet you. I wonder
Wow.
how fresh the inside of Lieutenant Dan's boat smell in there.
Oh.
Lieutenant Dan probably got all kind of incenses in there.
Because in the bath, there's no bathroom in a boat like that, right?
I was gonna say he must squat over the edge of that boat. 2 drops in a cot.
Oh, stop it! A
All right,
bucket
man.
or something.
All right, y'all. 2024. Be more.
To Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Talk less.
Bye.
Love you guys.